Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what if I'm wasting my life? Imagine years slipping by in endless work, scrolling, and distractions, until one day, you wake up with nothing but regret. The question is not whether life is short, but whether you're living it wisely. Picture this. You're on your deathbed, surrounded by the memories of a lifetime. What will haunt you more, the things you did, or the time you wasted doing nothing meaningful? Seneca warned us, regret is the heaviest burden a human can carry. We guard our money carefully, we lock our doors at night, and we track every possession. Yet our most precious resource, time, we hand away freely, to anyone, to anything, to any trivial distraction. Why do we treat the only irreplaceable currency as if it were endless? Welcome to Stoic Blend, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Today, we will explore Seneca on the shortness of life, stop wasting time, and uncover how these timeless lessons can guide us toward a life of clarity, intention, and true fulfillment. Part 1. The Illusion of Endless Time. Seneca begins his essay on the shortness of life with words that pierce through centuries. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. We often speak of time as if it were infinite. I'll do it tomorrow. Next year I'll change. But the Stoics remind us tomorrow is not promised. Think of New Year's resolutions. Millions of people set them with hope, yet by February most have abandoned them. They believed they had time, endless tomorrows to start again. But one day, there are no tomorrows left. Julius Caesar, despite his ambition and success, was assassinated at 55. Alexander the Great, who conquered vast empires, died at just 32. Did they imagine their time would end so suddenly? Greatness does not grant more years. Time is impartial. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." The illusion of endless time leads us to postpone what matters: our health, our relationships, our dreams. The Stoic way is to live with urgency, not panic, but focus. If you only had 5 years left, how differently would you live today? Part 2. Distraction, the thief of life. Seneca on the shortness of life warns us that distraction is the greatest thief. He wrote, "People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy." Consider social media. The average person spends over 2 hours a day, scrolling 700 hours a year. That's nearly a month of life gone. And for what? To watch strangers dance, argue, or flaunt their lives. You sit down to check something quickly on your phone. Suddenly, an hour has disappeared. That hour could have been used to exercise, call a loved one, read a book, or simply rest. Instead, it evaporated into digital smoke. Epictetus asked, "How long will you delay before you demand the best of yourself?" Every minute you give to distraction is a minute stolen from your best self. Seneca himself lived in the chaos of Rome politics, power struggles, gossip. Yet he constantly warned against being pulled into trivial matters. His own life was a battle against distraction, reminding us that even in ancient times, humans wasted life on noise. Audit your distractions. Which ones truly restore you, and which ones deplete you? Entertainment is not the enemy, but unconscious distraction is. Replace an hour of scrolling with journaling, learning, or rest, and you transform wasted time into growth. If distraction were a thief that broke into your house nightly, how long would you tolerate it before fighting back? Part 3. The power of living with purpose. Seneca reminds us, life is long if you know how to use it. Purpose is what stretches a short life into eternity. Marcus Aurelius urged himself, "Stop wandering. You are not likely to read your notebooks, nor the histories of the ancient Greeks and Romans, nor the collections of their sayings, which you were laying away against old age. Get busy with life's purpose." Think of Steve Jobs, who often spoke about death as a motivator. Diagnosed with cancer, he said, "Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make big choices in life." He built Apple with a sense of urgency. His time was limited, so his purpose had to be clear. A man works endless overtime to climb the corporate ladder, dreaming of a day he can finally live. Meanwhile, he misses his children's birthdays, his health declines, and his passions are forgotten. When retirement finally comes, he is too old to enjoy it. He mistook busyness for purpose. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Without this clarity, we waste our energy on pursuits that mean little. Identify your North Star. Is it wisdom, family, service, creativity, health? Once you know your purpose, each day becomes an opportunity to advance toward it. Even small actions, writing a page, taking a walk, making one meaningful conversation become eternal because they align with your true self. Would you rather live 80 years without purpose, or 40 years filled with meaning? Part 4. Learning from mortality. Memento mori. Remember death was a Stoic practice not to inspire fear, but gratitude. Seneca on the Shortness of Life teaches, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." We delay the important, as if life is endless. But when death appears suddenly, we panic. When tragedy strikes, a car accident, a sudden illness, we are reminded of life's fragility. Suddenly, small annoyances disappear. We see what matters: love, presence, meaning. But soon, we slip back into distraction. The Stoics challenge us to hold on to this clarity every day. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." Epictetus was a slave who lived with the daily reality that his master could end his life at any moment. Yet he cultivated inner freedom, saying, "I cannot escape death, but I can escape the fear of it." Mortality gave him strength, not despair. Start each day with gratitude. I have another sunrise. I will not waste it. End each day with reflection. Did I live well today? This awareness transforms ordinary routines, drinking coffee, hugging your child, doing your work, into sacred rituals. If this were your last year, how would you want to be remembered? Part 5. How to stop wasting time and truly live. The lessons of Seneca on the shortness of life lead to one unavoidable truth: to live fully. Stop waiting and start acting. 1. Daily reflection. Journal. Like Marcus Aurelius, ask, what did I do today? Did I waste it or use it well? 2. Prioritize virtue. Make decisions based not on pleasure or approval, but on what is right and meaningful. 3. Guard your time. Protect it like gold. Decline trivial commitments that don't serve your purpose. 4. Live in the present. Don't get trapped in regret or anxiety. As Seneca wrote, while we are postponing, life speeds by. 5. Practice memento mori. Remember, your time is borrowed. Live each day as if it were both your first and your last. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men alive, often says, "The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything." He guards his time ruthlessly because he understands its true value. A woman decides to stop postponing her dream of learning the piano. She practices 20 minutes a day. A year later, she can play beautiful songs. That dream, once, someday, became real because she acted now, not later. If not today, then when? If not you, then who? So what can we take from Seneca on the shortness of life? Life is not short, we shorten it through waste. Distraction is the greatest thief of time. Purpose stretches our lives into eternity. Mortality reminds us to live urgently. Stoic discipline can turn every day into a life well lived. The question is no longer whether life is short, but whether you will stop wasting it. Take a moment right now. Decide on one habit, one distraction, one small change you'll make today to live more deliberately. Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear what step you will take. And if these Stoic lessons resonated with you, please like this video, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe to Stoic Blend for more ancient wisdom made practical. Remember, The greatest tragedy is not that life is short, it's that we waste it. Don't let that be your story.